Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome to my channel Rajiv's Reviews. In this video, I am going to be giving my book review of an Indian fiction romance novel from one of my favorite Indian authors, and that is The One You Cannot Have by Preeti Shenoy. So the story mainly revolves around three characters who are Aman, Anjali, and Shruti. Aman and Shruti were in a relationship for 4 years and were madly in love with each other. However, Shruti broke off the relationship with Aman because of pressure from her family, because of troubled times, and because her parents did not approve of him. So Aman tries to move abroad and forget about Shruti. In the meantime, Shruti has an arranged marriage with Rishabh. Now, after a span of 2 years, Aman moves back to India and he realizes that he still has feelings for Shruti and he's still in love with her, but he has to move on, so he starts dating Anjali. Anjali really likes Aman and she wants to be in a relationship with him, but Aman keeps thinking about Shruti. To make matters worse, even Shruti feels like she's in a dead end marriage with Rishabh and she wants to try and contact Aman again to get back with him. So it's basically a love triangle story where you want to know who Aman will choose, whether it'll be Shruti or Anjali. So I have read quite a few of Preeti Shenoy's other books and I really had mixed feelings about this one. On one hand, it is definitely not as good as A Hundred Little Flames or The Secret Wishlist, some of her much better novels. But again, it's not as awful as the Rule Breakers that she had come out with last year. This is actually a sweet, charming love story about trying to get over someone else and moving on. One thing which I always look forward to Preeti Shenoy's books is her ability to talk about emotions and the matters of the heart. I always felt like at some level she was like the Indian version of Danielle Steele in romance novels. She has this ability to take any domestic situation that Indians face on a day-to-day basis and to write something really beautiful about it. Even in this book, she talks about how difficult it is to heal over a broken heart or to face with unrequited love, portrayal of love marriage versus arranged marriage, and so on and so forth. I mainly like reading this book because the author shows how tough it is for people to make decisions, and even if they make the wrong choice, there is always a silver lining to it, so it need not be that bad. I also like the way in which the author adds the narratives in text messages or SMS to make the conversations more interactive between the characters. But again, like I said, I also did not enjoy reading this book as her other works because of some reasons. For one thing, I really did not care much for the characters. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Aman and Anjali and I thought they made as a cute couple together. In fact, the whole love triangle thing is kind of interesting, and at times I was wanting Aman to get back with Shruti as well. But individually, the characters themselves are very annoying, except for maybe Aman. Anjali comes off as someone who is too bubbly and kind of desperate because she has nothing else to do other than keep looking at her messages to get a message from Aman and immediately respond to him for each and everything. Like she has no other social life at all. Shruti also comes off as a very selfish person where she only thinks about herself and what she wants in life. Even Rishabh comes off as a very dumb and over dramatic person who takes the whole situation way out of proportion. The only person I somewhat liked and thought was decent enough was Aman. Another reason why I thought this book was only average was because of the slow pacing. Okay, we get it that Shruti and Aman cannot get back together because of so and so reasons, but does the author have to mention that in each and every other paragraph? But you know what? This is not something new because I have noticed that Preeti Shenoy tends to repeat a lot of her dialogues over and over again in all her other books as well. But again, I really did not think much about that in her other novels because in The Secret Wishlist, the main character was just so interesting that you kept rooting for her. And even in The Hundred Little Flames, the characters and the storyline was so good that it was okay and you did not mind even if the author was repeating the dialogues. But here, because the characters themselves are kind of boring, the whole story felt like it dragged on because of the repetitions. And lastly, and I think this is kind of a minor thing, but I really like the angle of Deepika pursuing Aman, and I wish the author had included more of that into the storyline. I feel like we really never got any closure from Deepika's point of view as to why she stopped pursuing Aman. It would have actually been more interesting if she was included, as she would have made a potential nice villain to the story. So overall, The One You Cannot Have by Preeti Shenoy is not the worst story of hers, but it is definitely not the best. So I would give it a rating of only 3.5 out of 5 stars. If you like this review, then please do click that like button and do subscribe to my channel. You can also click on the bell notifications icon to get notifications on whenever I post something new. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.